When you buy a property and on that property there's a building on it that was built in 1897, what do you do with it? Well, you build the best beta system on YouTube. I know it's a bold proclamation to make that you're gonna build the best beta system on YouTube, but look, if you're not trying to do something to the best of your abilities and to try to make it the best, why are you even bothering? I believe I can make that claim because I believe in myself and I believe the vision that I have for this system. And at the end of the day, if somebody says, hey, I can do better than that, and they go out and do it and they make a system better than mine, I'm gonna consider that a compliment. And I'm gonna say, hey, look what I started. So that's gonna be a good thing. This is gonna be a big project. And before we start on it, let me tell you a little bit about this room and what we've got going on here, and then we'll just get started on the project and let all the fun begin. The story that I've been told is that this building that I'm standing in right now started out as a one-room schoolhouse in 1897. It was on a different part of the property, and then they brought it here, connected it to that building, which is going to be our studio, and made it one large building. Is any of that true? I don't know, but every single person that I've talked to has said that this started out as a school. So think about that. I mean, I'm standing somewhere that children used to be and they were learning, and I don't know. When you think about it, it's kind of special. And some people may say, well, that's kind of sad that you're going to fill it full of fish tanks. Don't worry, I'm not going to disgrace this building. I think that what I'm going to do to it is going to complement it, and not only that, but Lisa is gonna fill this room with beautiful, gorgeous plants. It's gonna be a spectacle. It's absolutely gonna be something to see, and it's not gonna be offensive to this building at all. I think that this is gonna be something that people are gonna love to see instead of being offended that it's disgracing a historic property. I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna be offended by it. I think at the end of the day, when they see it, they're gonna say, wow. So let me go over with you my vision for this project and show you the things that I've accumulated so far that are going to be part of this project. And that way you know what you have to look forward to. It's all going to start with the walls. We're going to paint the walls in this area that will be behind the beta system black. I know that sounds crazy, but it's going to look good, trust me.
Always bet on black.
On those black walls, I will have these brackets mounted, and then the shelf mounts to it. I've got a little sample piece right here. When the building that you're filming in is right next to the street, you kind of have to stop every time somebody drives by. But anyway, these shelves, these are 2x8s. They will sit on here like this, and then the tanks will go on top of that like that. Now, this is a small sample of it. There's going to be these brackets mounted all the way across, and these will be long shelves that'll be on there. The 2x8s are gonna be stained and polyurethaned with a darker, almost like a walnut color, maybe a rich mahogany.
Rich mahogany.
I don't know, but whatever Lisa picks is what's gonna go on there. And so you'll have that contrast, the black walls with the wood, and then the tanks. We're gonna paint the back of the tanks black. Oh, it's gonna be so good. And then I'm gonna embed LED lights into the bottom of the shelves. Here comes another car. It wasn't a car, it was a truck. This is North Carolina, but it doesn't make sense for me to tell you what I'm gonna be doing with this. Let's just do it. Let's stop talking about it. Let's get to work, and this thing will all come together. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this whole project in one video. In fact, I know I can't, but we'll get started on it today, and then maybe what I've been explaining to you will make a little bit more sense. Hey, can you turn that off for a second? And now we paint. right, here we are. Now do you kind of see how the whole thing is going to take shape? All of the not as fun stuff is done, got all of the brackets hung up. This is actually the week after the last clips that you saw because I had run short on brackets. I had to order more of those from the devil. They got sent in. During the week, I brought them back down here this weekend, put them all in, cut all of the boards, finished cutting them, sanding them, and cutting that groove into the bottom to embed the LEDs in there. And now they're ready for one of my favorite parts, which is staining. I have to go through and individually stain every single one of these, and then I am gonna seal them with polyurethane or finish them with polyurethane just because we're gonna be dealing with a lot of water and stuff like that. And then once all of that dries, I'll fasten them to the shelves. So this is gonna be a lot of back and forth work and over and over and over again the same thing, which is something that I'm really good at. So yep, that's the next step. Let me get going. Jasper, you've been a really big help. Thank you so much for all your help. Jasper, hey. Hello? Check it out. It is phase one done of this system. This system has taken, I guess it's been about 5 weeks total that I've been working on this. Now that's not me being here every day, 8 hours a day, working on this for 5 weeks. That would be ridiculous. It would be a whole lot more perfect if I had spent that much time working on it. But no, I've only been traveling down here on the weekends and working on this when I can, and that's been very difficult. The amount of time that has gone past has been about 5 weeks, but I've only spent, I don't know, maybe 20 hours or so working on this. I don't know, I haven't really calculated the hours, but we've got phase one done and complete, and I'm very excited about that. We got the wall painted, the brackets hung, the shelves sanded, stained, cut, and hung in place, and then the lights put on them. The lights, you might be looking at them and you might be thinking it's not all that bright, and you're right, it doesn't brighten up the entire room, but if you look here at where we actually have some tanks, you can see that it lights those tanks very, very well. Now, why are those tanks down here? This doesn't make any sense. Well, I moved down here 2 weeks ago from when I'm filming this. Actually, a week and it doesn't matter. I moved down here and I've been down here ever since, taking care of the fish, doing projects around the house, and running the business. We moved the business of KGTropicals down here too, keepfishkeeping.com. So I've been packing all of the orders, getting the warehouse all straight and all of that. And it has been exhausting, but very, very cool to start that next chapter in this whole saga that is KGTropicals. And unfortunately, I've done it alone. Lisa had to stay up in the house in Virginia. She is still up there, but here's the really cool thing. When you're watching this video right now, if you're watching it the day it uploaded, which is Sunday, this is actually her first day down here. Because this weekend, I am gonna be going back up there and we're moving everything else that we haven't moved yet down here, and then Lisa will be down here finally full time. I can't wait for that. Sucks being down here by myself. It's lonely, and I don't know. I'm ready for her to be back here and we can actually start this next chapter together. It'll be a lot of fun. But anyway, I'm super excited with how this system has turned out. It's not exactly perfect. If I was to get up real close and show you some little, you would see some things and you'd be like, well, that doesn't look perfect. But here's the thing. This is not a perfect building. It's a very old building. We've been talking about it throughout this whole video. There's no such thing as a straight wall. There's no such thing as a wall that doesn't have a bow in it or the angles are off or something like that. So I put it together as good as it can go. And from here, it looks absolutely perfect. But like I said, if you get up close, you can see it. I'm just not going to show it to you up close. That way you don't see those flaws. But anyway, of course, I'm going to be my own worst critic. I'm very happy with how it's all come together, though. Even though it's taken a long time and I've moved in between and all of this, I'm very happy with how it looks and cannot wait to get started on the next phase of this project, which is going to be the plumbing system for it and filtration system for it. I'm going to have a sump. Let me see if I can line it up right there. I'm going to have a sump on this system that's going to run the entire thing, probably a 75-gallon aquarium, or I might do two 55-gallon aquariums, one on either side of the room. Haven't determined that yet, but all of the tanks are going to be hooked up to that sump system and flowing through. That way we can have heaters in there, we can treat the water all at once and have it be a recirculating system. If you want to see how that whole thing comes together, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you have the bell notification on so that you get notified and you can watch it right away and you can see how this whole thing comes together. Something very cool that I haven't told you about. The tanks for this system are sitting just off camera here. You can't see them yet. We had them custom made for us. They're exactly like these, but brand new. I'm going to be drilling every single one of those to accommodate the plumbing for the filtration system. I'm going to show all of that in the video and show you how I take this from being some fancy shelves on the wall to being a very efficient beta system, one that I hope people will call the nicest beta system on YouTube. I've said that a few times in videos. I've said it in this video, but it was 5 weeks ago when I said it. But I hope you understand what I'm saying. But I've also said it on live streams and stuff like that. And last week's video, and people have said, oh, it looks like you're calling out this particular YouTuber. Or no, I'm not doing all of that. I'm just trying to have some fun. I'm trying to do the best job I possibly can in the hopes that maybe somebody says, that's the nicest beta system on YouTube. That would make me very happy. And not only that, if my vision comes together, not only do I think it will be the nicest system on YouTube, but I think it'll also be the most efficient. And it'll, every single box will be checked and I'll be really happy about that. But anyway, I'm not taking any stabs at anybody and I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not trying to start any war or anything like that. But like I said in the beginning of this video, if that's what happens, that's cool. If I've been able to inspire people to try to one-up me, hey, that's a win for everybody. So I hope that happens, if I'm being honest with you. So there you go. That video of doing the plumbing system and taking this thing from where it is now to being a full system is not going to be next week because it's not going to be done by next week, but it's going to be coming out in the next several weeks. I'll get that system all done and have a video for you about it. It's going to take forever. I've got to individually drill every single hole on 300 tanks. I'm not looking forward to that. So it's going to take me a while to get this done. And as soon as it is done, I will put a video up for you showing you what I hope is the best beta system on YouTube. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you so much for going on this whole journey with me over the last few weeks. Got a whole lot more stuff coming from this new beta house, the new fish house, excuse me, this old fish house. All of this stuff is going to be coming out, and I can't wait to share it with you. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.